Good morning, family. Today is Saturday, March 30th, 2024. I am back with another episode. Just waking up while sleeping good. I ain't lying. But the weather's wonderful. Beautiful. About to drop the top, ride out. Go to the gym, do a look. They say I'm going to try the Stairmaster, see how that work out for me. Trying to get your stomach to flatten on out so the chest will come out more. And this is an email topic from bigward@myyahoo.com. If you have a topic or something you want me to discuss, hit me in the email. I'll get to you as soon as possible. But I have one requirement. Please don't write me long books of what your issue is. Condense it, please, so I have time to read it and get my thoughts together, my answer together. Some of y'all are writing them way too long. I don't have time to sit there and read all that. So get to your point. I know I take a long time to get to my point in my videos, but you ain't writing nothing down. I got to write this stuff down and then come up with my response. So please get to your point of your question. Thank you. But other than that, no charge, no subscriptions or nothing you got to do. bigward@myyahoo.com. And once again, thank y'all for tuning in. And this is an email topic from a young man. Says he's 30 years old, right? He says he has no career, no girlfriend, no kids, no life. He just lost. He went got a CDL, but he failed at that, right? Driving trucks. So I responded back and I asked him, what do you mean you failed with your CDL? How did you fail? What happened? So I'm thinking he was going to say that he couldn't drive or, he couldn't figure out how to shift or whatever. He said it just wasn't for him. Driving trucks wasn't for him. Now let me rewind. He said he's 30 years old, no career, no money, no girlfriend, no kids. He got a CDL, which is a career. So he could have X one of those problems off, saying he ain't had a career because he got a CDL, and that's a career because that's what I do. Y'all see what's going on here, right? So he said driving trucks wasn't for him. But he broke. But a certain type of job ain't for him. But he broke. So I responded back, if you broke as a man, there's no such thing as a legal job not being for you. He didn't respond back. So maybe you watch this video, and to any other young man watching this video, I thought like that at one time. So I remember being on this job, right? Where, like when y'all go to the store, to the parts store and buy your starters and alternators, and they usually remanufactured. You very seldom get a brand new starter or alternator. Like if you go to Advance or somewhere, they're going to be remanufactured, rebuilt. That's why they want your old one as a core charge, because they're going to send it off, get it rebuilt, and send back. They're going to make extra money. That's why they want your old alternator or starter. They want your old one, or they're going to charge you more for the new one you just bought. That's why. So I was working at a factory that rebuilt the alternators and the starters. I hated that job. I was about 25, somewhere up in there. I hated it. I was about ready to quit. All I did all day long was stand up, either have a assembly, like a table, a long table with people standing side by side. Each one of us had a particular part to put on the starter. One bolt, one whatever. Every person got one little particular part of the starter. Then you hand it out to the next man. He put in the part of it. Like that. It was the absolute worst. It wasn't hard, but it was mentally degrading. Like, what is this? It wasn't backbreaking. It was I just didn't like it. So I told my coworker next to me, he was an older guy. Well, to me, he was older, because I was in my 20s, he was in his 40s. Really younger than what I am now, but to me back then, he was an older guy. Had more life experience than me or whatever. So I told him, man, I'm finna quit, man. He was like, for what? What you gonna quit for? You got another job? I was like, nah, man. I just don't like this. I don't like that job. I don't, He said, but you ain't got another job. I was like, nah, I'm just gonna quit because I don't like this. He said, bruh, don't nobody in here like it. Having a job ain't about doing something you like. Now, if you fortunate or lucky enough to have something you doing that you love, that's very rare. That ain't most people. The majority of people that's on a job, they don't like it either. But them bills don't care nothing about it. They don't like their job. The responsibilities don't care nothing about, oh, you don't like your job? Well, don't worry about it. You ain't got to pay your light bill this month since you don't like your job and you wanted to quit. Since you didn't like your job and you went on and quit, your rent ain't due this month then. The people that you pay rent to, they ain't gonna say that to you, bro. I promise you they ain't. So you probably stay with your mom and them or something, so you ain't gotta worry about that right now until they gonna get tired of you and boot you out. But then again, it might not. They probably be the reason why you don't want to do nothing. Unless it's something you like or something that's for you. Very few jobs, that's one of the reasons why people go to college. To pick a career or something that's for them, that they would like to do. That's what college affords you to do. Or a trade school. But if you ain't did none of that, you ain't in a position to do something you like to do. Very few people get lucky enough to find a job because it's called job, work. We don't like it. Work is not fun. It's not unless you're playing video games. And then if you was at work playing video games, if that was your job, then it wouldn't be fun because now it's classified as work, now it ain't fun. Even playing video games. There are people that have jobs sitting down behind desks. They hate that too. And they sitting down. They hate their job just as much as somebody that's digging dishes with shovels all day. Because it's a job. People don't like to go to work. It's something about just the idea of having to work for somebody else to survive. It don't matter what you're doing. Most likely you ain't gonna like it. It's not gonna be for you. But as a grown man, I'm here to tell you, don't nobody care about whether it's for you or not. Your bill's gonna keep coming whether you like your job or not. But you probably living out somebody else, ain't responsible. You just said it in your email. You're 30 years old, no career, no woman, no girlfriend, no kids, no nothing. So most likely, you staying with your parents still at 30 years old. So it ain't no big deal to you. But if you was on your own, you would be evicted, homeboy. Because your rent office ain't gonna come to you and say, hey, where's our rent? And you say, well, my job wasn't for me, so I quit. They're not gonna tell you, oh, okay, don't worry about it. Well, let us know. We ain't gonna charge you rent until you find a job that's for you. But let us know as soon as you find a job that's for you so we can start back charging you rent. But until then, you ain't gotta pay nothing. Because that job, driving truck, wasn't for you. We understand, so don't worry about the rent. That's not gonna happen. They're gonna say, okay, the job wasn't for you. What the day is, you got 2 days to get this rent up or you out of here. That's what they're gonna tell you. That's what God love. I used to think the same way. I promise you I know how you feel. I don't like it. Man, I quit so many jobs because I ain't like them. I was broke for so long because I quit jobs because I ain't like them. Not that I couldn't do the job. It just wasn't for me. I don't want to stand up right here putting these dirty alternators together, cleaning these alternators, and they move me around to the other side because I was complaining about I don't like this, but I don't think I can do this. They put me on the side where I was just testing the alternator. Once they finish them, I just test them, hook 2 cables up, the power cable, hit a button, make the starter jump out. Hey, how you doing? Just to make sure that they still work. That was my job. I didn't want to do that. It was just somebody just being at work in this warehouse, listening to these drills going, listening to these dudes, yeah, man, last night we were doing, just all the noise and whatever come along with working in a factory warehouse type setting. Forklift, it just got on my nerves. It just wasn't for me. But that old man said, look here, bro, it ain't for me either. I don't like it either. I'm think for some reason I thought that everybody that stayed on job for years, they did it because they liked it. For some reason, in my mind, I thought the people that were able to be on a job for 20 or 30 years is because they love what they do. No, it's because they were responsible. They hated, a lot of them hated to go to work too, didn't want to go, didn't feel like going, felt like calling in, still went. I didn't know that. I thought they went just because they liked it. As a young man, I didn't know no better because I was a hustler all my life. I went in the working scene. So when I'm trying to work, finally trying to do the right thing, I'm not knowing the rules to this. That most likely, everybody in here don't like it either. It ain't for nobody in here, but they still here because they're responsible. They got bills to pay, people depending on them, a family to take care of. And none of that cares about what you like. You're going to stay broke with that mentality. You're gonna be 40 with no girlfriend, 50 with no girlfriend, no job, running around here talking about something ain't for you. It don't work like that. 99% of the people that's working are working on a job they probably don't like. A job they would rather be doing something different. But they know they got to do it because they got responsibilities. The responsibilities and being a responsible adult is what's making them do it. Not the fact that they love what they're doing. No. Most likely it ain't for them either, but hey man, it's all I got right now until I find something better. I'm going to do this. You ain't doing nothing. Now, I can understand if you said trucking wasn't for you, but I'm doing this instead. You ain't doing nothing. So right now, trucking's supposed to be for you until you find something else. But no, you just rather sit around and do nothing until you find what you like. No, you got to do what you don't like to get to what you do like. Or you're going to just be continuing to write email talking about you feeling like a loser, a failure. You're going to continue doing that unless you listen to me. Young man, any young man out here listening to me that's just on a job you about to quit, or you don't want to take the job because you think you don't like it, or you ain't going to like it. It ain't for you. It ain't going to never be for you until you get off into some education, some schooling or something like that for something you've been wanting to do. Until you go learn how to do that, you'll never be all hard. You might get lucky every now and then. Sometimes I done been on job with no skills that I actually liked. That's rare. Most of the time, people are on a job that didn't go to school for what they working on. They doing a job that they have to do, not something they want to do. The majority of people that's working, adults, responsible people, are doing jobs they have to do because they have to do it, not because it's for them, not because they like it. Most people that hated every job they was on, but they win every day because they got a family to take care of. They're responsible adults. See, you irresponsible right now, and you're going to stay broke, and you're supposed to be broke until you get this right up here. Hopefully what I'm telling you will help you to see it differently. None of us like what we're doing. I just got in the position where I like what I'm doing. I own my own truck. I'm doing a YouTube video, which this is not my living. This is passive side income. But I would make it without this. I would make it before I even knew anything about this because I would go to work without. Majority of the jobs I didn't haul gasoline in a gas tanker on night shift. I hated it. But I rolled it out until I got on day shift. But if I would have quit when I was on night shift, because I didn't like it, it wasn't for me, I wouldn't have made it to the day shift that was for me. Sometimes you gotta do what you don't want to do to get to where you want to be able to do something you do want to do. But until then, you gotta do what you gotta do. You don't have no, this ain't for me. Now you can say that, but sit your ass in your mama's basement and be broke. And you're dry. No girlfriend. You ain't had none since it had you. You know what I'm saying? Boy, you ain't had no since it had you. Don't let your mamas, you know what, be the last one you came in contact with because you wanted to be broke talking about this job ain't for you. Get out and get it, young man. Like it or not. That's what men do. Get out and get it, young man. Like it or not. That's what men do. Get it. Got it. Good. Bye.